Hey, everyone, thanks so much for joining us on this video. I'm so excited to talk with Mohammed here. Mohammed, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man, we're so excited, because especially for me, I've never heard your entire story. We've got a pretty good friendship at this point, but I've never really heard your story. And like so many Americans, man, we don't really understand what happened in like Syria and then the war and then how this was for. So I wanted just to hear your story kind of from beginning to end. And that's what I think we're going to be doing today. Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Okay, man. So like, let's just start off like kind of from the beginning. The thing that I thought I wanted to know, like your life was going fine. You had brothers and sisters. You're around your mom and dad. You were even married before you left Syria. Is that right?
No, I didn't.
You were single when you left Syria.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So like life was pretty good. You were working with your family and things were pretty much normal, or they were kind of getting worse a little bit every year before the war,
Yes,
before
yes.
the war.
Before the war, everything was normal. Everything was good. I didn't think about maybe traveling a lot before that.
Okay.
Um, it comes to my mind to travel and maybe work out there or maybe live in outside countries, but it's not like was the primary idea for me or for my future. The one when the crisis started at 2011,
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone like start to think to travel or to emigrate or to I don't know escape maybe
Mm-hmm.
because day by day everything was collapsing. Society, people maybe, uh, and forward the building maybe start collapsing and by uh, and small small problems. It wasn't like problem before the war, like religion and maybe like you are like from this city or other city, like start like civil war, small civil war, and the army like interfered and afterward like they start to be a Islamic group and uh, free groups, I don't know, thieves maybe, uh, people like you don't know, some foreign start to interfere. This is like after 4 or 5 years from war, and this is what happened. So yes, after that I start to think to travel, and things like go so bad day by day. So until 2015, I decided to travel to Lebanon because it was maybe the only legal way to travel from Syria.
I see. Okay. So let me ask a couple questions. I remember when you sent me that information about the inflation over a 10-year period. It was from like 2010 to 2020. And
Hmm.
you guys were losing maybe if I mean 10% of your money every year, some years. But all in all, it was like you guys lost like 80% of your value, I think. 500, it was like 500% inflation over a 2-year, 10-year period. So these were started the things that started happening. Is this true? This is right. The Syrian lira started losing value.
Yes, it's starting losing value from maybe the 2012, but in like small amount of rising, but afterward it collapsing maybe from I think 3 years or 4 years start to collapse, and now it's 3,500 now. Someone told me today, uh, just in on you can like see it. It's 300 or 500 on the news or anything, but uh, depending on the prices in the stocks and the market, he said it may be like 8,000 actually.
Okay, 8,000 per $1 is what we're talking about.
Yes, yes.
And when you remember, say like 2012, it was 300,
I think like this. Yes,
300 to get $1, and now you need
yes,
8,000.
yes.
Okay, so this is, I mean, it doesn't even matter how you, this is like 97% loss or something. So, and remind us again the countries that border Syria.
Turkey and Iraq, Jordan and Lebanon.
So
But
those are
I
your
think
choices.
yes, but the
Turkey.
only yeah, if you want to go to Turkey, you have like to cross like war zone maybe, and so dangerous.
Okay, so no Turkey because you
Uh,
have to go through the fighting.
yes, and so dangerous and like, so expensive. It costs a lot of money,
Okay,
maybe like $3,000, $3,000.
to have someone
Like this.
take you $3,000.
Yes, the same with Iraq because ISIS, so it's the same dangerous. Jordan, uh, in this time of period, the same because this border was under control of Islamic group. I don't know, some group.
Okay.
So this is dangerous to cross these countries like Jordan, Iraq, and Turkey, uh, and you need a lot of money. So the only escape I have was Lebanon. It cost me maybe I don't know $20 to get here, and I was on $200 that time in my pocket.
Okay, so you had $200 in your pocket. You spent 20 of it to go to Lebanon. That was really the only option you had.
Yes.
Was there a particular day that you remember, a certain event where you said, "I'm leaving. This is too much. I'm leaving."
Yes, sure. Well, a lot of times I don't remember a specific time, but I think in 2014 maybe the maybe I think about traveling from the first day I heard like gunshots and heard about someone get killed, but I couldn't I couldn't like leave my city, my friends, my family,
Mhm.
uh, my love, my wife now.
So you knew
So
you
it
knew you
was
knew your you knew her, the woman that you married. You knew her back then.
yes, yes, sure.
Uh,
Uh,
so did you guys have a big argument because you have like brothers or
no,
sisters, someone your age that stayed from your family, right? Not everyone
yes,
left.
sure, sure.
And so you guys had a big, did you argue or what?
No, no, no. I told them I'm traveling. They said like, why do you decide this? And you can stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the people here, I said I can't stay here. I don't love to be a part of anything like this, killing from any parties or any side.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I prefer to be far from this and get busy with my maybe future. Want to be like that, an easy life, or that's what I think uh, at the time. So I decided to travel in 2015, October, I think October 14th.
October 14th. Okay. And you travel alone, basically.
Yes.
And when you got to Lebanon, did you know which city you knew you were going to
No,
go?
no, no, no. I crossed the border in the car and I start asking myself where am I? where I'm going and where I'm gonna like sleep or uh, what I'm gonna do.
So you had no
So
friends,
no,
no
no, no. I
no
didn't know
relatives.
anyone. No,
So were you thinking maybe there was some camp? Were there camps at that time where refugees were going?
no. I didn't think about this.
That you didn't even think about this. You just
No.
I'm gonna go to a city and do a job, take a job.
Yes. So when I crossed the border, I tried to call my group, my wife now,
Yes.
uh, from the driver. So she said, I have someone. He's my niece. I don't know. He knows him. So she said, I think he live alone in Lebanon. So I'll try to his number and give it to you. Call him. Maybe he maybe could help you or anything.
Did that
And
work out? Did you go to stay with him?
yes, yes,
Oh,
actually, we called him. We called him, and he said, "Yes, no problem. I can like uh, take a guest for maybe 1 month or two
uh-huh.
until I can like depend on myself."
Right. Okay. So
So
at that time, oh,
yes, he did. He did tell
he
me.
let you guys. Okay. So you stayed with him. I mean, at that time, was there any like there wasn't like there was a war? I mean, people were talking about it on TV. People knew. My question is, was there any expectation that you were going to get help from the UN in Lebanon or any nonprofits? Were you thinking, oh, we'll go
Actually,
there?
actually, I didn't think about this
No.
until maybe 2000, maybe 18 or 19,
So
because
3 years later.
yes,
Okay.
because I heard from like my friend who registered before. They said uh, no one helped. We called the UN, no one answered, or if they answered, they like didn't give you uh, good answers, or
Right.
I don't know, because maybe the many people, like many Syrians, like maybe we're talking about 2 million Syrians in Lebanon, small country.
Okay.
So they treat, I think, refugee not like in the way the UN have to do with people or to deal with people. Um, it's like it's normal if you call them and someone like hang up on you. Yeah, you
Really?
can't do anything. Yeah, sure.
So they were
And
they were of no help, but that was in 2018, and at that time, a million, maybe 2 million Syrians had come across the border into Lebanon. So it was different than when you first arrived,
yeah,
probably. But you don't know when you first got there. I remember you telling me the current situation. You cannot own a car, you can't own a house. Um, you need a sponsor for a job and all of these types of things. You can't really do anything on your own. This is
yes,
true, right? Was this true in the beginning in 2015 and 2016? Could you have,
yes, yes,
you could,
sure. The same.
oh, it was always like that.
No, same. Uh, Back in days, maybe before the Syrian crisis,
Hmm.
yes, you could do anything if you want as a Syrian.
Okay.
But now, no. Before the crisis, no. They do this regulations, I think, for to I don't know what we say, because this big situation. A lot of Syrians here, they can't like let them do anything, because we have problem with Lebanese people about working here, because Syrians work long hours
Yeah.
and cheap prices.
Right.
But so this is caused a big problem for Lebanese in businesses. So that's why they didn't let Syrians do anything. You can't owe anything or buy motorcycle or car or anything. But rich people like rich Syrians,
Mm.
they can do anything they want. They can like buy this uh, residentship. It cost them a lot of money, like $10,000, but they buy it to uh, to do anything they want. They will like Lebanese citizens, but
I
it's
didn't.
not legal. It's not legal, but they do it.
I never even heard this before. Okay,
Yes.
so
Someone told me this. His position, yani, he can know these things. He told me, I know some people, like rich people,
uh-huh.
uh, buy this residentship to own a business or a cars or house or anything. But you have to like pay $10,000.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So basically, you were never able to own a motorcycle or a car or get a job without a sponsor,
Yes.
even from 2015. Okay. So let me ask you this. So you're there in 2015. You have your job. Once you got an apartment, what were you thinking then? Were you thinking, oh, it's nice here. They have the beaches. There's no war. We're happy. Or like, what were you thinking about? Were you thinking about, I mean, were you happy? Basically, like Lebanon is, I don't know, safe.
Actually,
Things are
no,
okay.
no. I wasn't happy
You,
um, because I surprised by the racism they have against Syrians at first, and at the same time, I didn't have time to think about this, like beaches or holidays or anything like this, because from the day one I get here, I find a job in a restaurant, uh, and he said I will give you a sponsorship if you start working here. So I started working like 14 hours, 13 hours, some days 16 hours, uh, and I didn't have time to think about anything. The first 6 months here, I didn't remember anything without like waking up, going to work, and back to sleep. This is the only thing I remember.
okay.
And after this 6 months, he gave me a sponsorship to work for him. But
Okay.
uh, this is this like we keep the same. I still work for long hours, uh, at least like 10 to 11 hours every day for I think for like 4 years in the same place.
And so you told me the
Yes,
problem with this sponsorship is it's not really yours. You can't like take it and go work
yes,
for a different company. They own you
yeah,
basically.
yeah, yes. You can type work. Some people do it. Some people like take their sponsorship and go to another one, but this is illegal. If the general security like catch you, it will be a big problem and you'll be deported. And some Syrians open their own businesses without license, without papers, without anything. And when they get caught, they for sure they close their stores and deported. So this is dangerous. Some people do it, but I can't do this
I
because it
understand.
costs you a lot of money
Right.
and it's dangerous and maybe it will put you in jail. And jail here not not like a joke.
Right.
Maybe like if you go to jail here, no one knows if you're gonna get out or not. They're like treat people a lot of horrible, like Syria, the same thing, same school of torture in the jail and like this. Someone put me here and I don't know why. For what? When they like investigate his case, they find He didn't have any file in this jail. So this is unbelievable, man.
He was never officially a prisoner.
No
There was
one
no
knows
record.
how he get there. No one knows.
No one knew. Oh, jeez. Okay, so you're working all the time that first year. And then, I mean, I just wrote down, so this by the second year, this is 2016. Anything better, anything worse, or just still working all the time?
No, still working all the time and facing some racism in some days from customers, from people in the street, from people in the building,
Mm-hmm.
from the taxi driver. This is the most racism guys in the world.
The taxi
Taxi
driver?
drivers. Yes, they
Uh,
knew Syrians from their accent.
okay.
My
So,
Lebanese accent is good, but some word that it's maybe he catch you from it, and when he knows you are Syrian,
okay.
he start with this silly talk. He start to make fun of our accent and our situation maybe, or he start to what are you doing in Lebanon? Like maybe Lebanese hate Lebanon. What are you doing here? Travel, see the world, maybe
Yeah.
choose another country, go to your country, go back to your country. I don't know, and like this all the time. And if they didn't know if you are Syrian, they will talk to you and open like conversation like Syrians. They are like I think they do the crisis in Lebanon. They're the cause of the crisis of Lebanon.
They'll tell you.
I think yes,
But now,
because he thought
will they charge you higher price for the taxi?
yes, sure, yes,
So you have to stand there twice as long and ask twice as many taxis. Take me, I don't know,
yes,
wherever.
and he will if you like reject, he will said go to your country and
Really?
yeah,
So you have to fight with people all the time. Just want
yes,
to go to
sure,
Ashrafi, they make you pay all this extra money. Then they say some terrible thing to you.
yes, sure.
I remember when we took a taxi one time, you were not happy about it. Of course, I didn't understand the Arabic, but so if year two is 2016, year three is 2017. 2017, I don't know anything remarkable that happened that year. Same thing? Anything different? You got married somewhere in there?
No,
Not
we
still
get
not
married in 2018.
2018. So 2018 is like your
2017, yes, it's a bad memory in this year.
really why?
Yes, in May May 2017, when I tried the first time to travel to Syria to get married. They
Okay.
stopped me at the border for this problem. Uh, what do you call this? Name, same name, similar name.
A
It's
similar name. Okay.
yes,
You have a very common name, first and last name or whatever. Yes. So
yes.
then
They they put me in a small room and they said you can't leave. You have to. We're gonna like transfer you to general security in Beirut and to I don't know what do you call this in English. It's what do you call the one who like or transfer people or charge people and
okay, so they hold you. So now you've been detained by the Lebanese authorities and they're asking you questions. You're in a prison.
a general attorney, I think.
General attorney. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yes. They said your problem now with the general attorney. He asked for transfer you to uh, Zahli. It's a city in Lebanon.
Zahli.
Uh,
Yeah.
and they investigate with you for this. You are accusing for smuggling people foreign
Okay, so you're charged for
from
smuggling.
outside Lebanon and from Lebanon to outside. Yes, and this is the first time I feel like it's so bad, man. And actually, I start crying that day because
Yeah,
it's
sure.
the first time someone like accused me with something like this. It's a big crime here. So I could called my sponsor and told him this before they put me in this room,
Yes.
and he said, uh, "This is big mess." He said, "I heard this from his voice. No, this is dangerous, but I'll try my best." He said, uh, and they kept me for 5 days, transferring from not jail but uh, detention. What do you say?
Detention, prison.
Detention, maybe, yes, from
Okay.
detention to detention, to from this point to maybe they changed points five times, I think.
Okay, five places.
uh yes, 5 places. And uh, he said the thing maybe go well with me if he know a lot of people in general security, my sponsor. And he said, don't be afraid. I'll I will keep like following you until you go out, because if I let you, maybe you will be forgotten. And I saw some people in detention, uh, like they forgotten there. Maybe some people 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, and I start like imagine this happened to me, and this is so bad, man. Every time maybe I think about this, I start crying because I didn't used to this. I'm not a criminal yet.
Right.
I didn't steal maybe a candy before.
Right. So,
So this is dangerous. And I see people there uh, uh,
so
they
what
feel so
happened? I
sad.
mean, how did you guys just gave them some money or they found the
No, 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 no.
real
They
man?
know. Yes, they know it's not me. From the day first, they uh, put me in detention because his mother name, it's not like my mother, and his place of birth uh, different from mine. I didn't know why they like stopped me. They they said it's a second case, similar name, you know.
So they took
Just on
they took money in the end or what
No, no, no. They
what
didn't
happened?
took money. Uh, the investigation like ends, and they let me out.
Jeez.
But
How long were you in there?
with his help, he like let the procedure like go faster, 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 because it's so slow.
Yeah.
Maybe you will stay 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. No one knows.
So this guy's like your savior. I mean, he helped you. No one else could help you. Is that right?
Yes, yes, sure. He
So
helped me a lot.
is this guy like your best friend now, basically?
I
Or
think
why?
it's not like friend. Yani it's you can't like be friend with a guy like him, but he's good. Yani he's when I ask him help more maybe than 10 times, he helped me. He good. He's a good man.
What?
He's a good man, I think.
Okay. Okay. So he's
But
just a good man.
in job, like we separate everything uh, personal. You know, you have to be great at job, and his stuff in work with employees. He's so tough. So
He's what? He's
he's like tough guy, and he's serious in job.
He's
A lot.
serious. He wants to make
Yes,
money. He
serious.
wants everyone to do their job.
Yes, and the policy of this job didn't change. The same salaries, the same situation. If you like ask him about this, he will say like, you are Syrian. If you search for a job in Lebanon, no one like give
No.
you more
Yeah.
than this.
Right.
Okay, he raised the salaries a little bit, but the same. If you like searching for work in Lebanon, it's the same all over Lebanon.
Right. Okay. So jumping on to 2018. So how long were you in jail with these guys on this
Five
false smuggling accusation?
5 days.
5 days, but it like broke your spirits, or you were really, it was clear that this was a more dangerous place than you thought it was.
Yes.
Okay. So it's 2017. So 2018 is when I came to Lebanon. And one of the big things that I noticed that it wasn't like a super poor country. There was, it was beautiful in many, many ways. And, the part of town that, we were living
It's
in, it was,
it,
it was
it's
nice.
a
There was
beautiful it's beautiful for people who has money, man.
through has, that's what everyone said. Even the students that I went to school with, they said, hey, it's a great place if you have money. And so you're saying the same thing. So tell me about 2018 from your perspective, and then I'd love to get your thoughts, because I think it was definitely during 2018 that the country had its first election in 7 years, and it's really baffling to me that a country could go 7 years without having a full government. So tell me anything about 2018, but I mean, I'm also interested in that government piece. What do you remember from 2018?
I think nothing changes. This country is the only country in the world they can like run without president or government.
Yeah. I mean, how can you not have ministers and every, someone at the desk?
I
It's
think this is, I don't know, maybe miracles here in this country,
maybe.
because when the country runs without president or government, everything will be good. I think when they elect a president and government, everything goes bad. Uh, this I think this problem uh, in this country is so old. Yeah, I think more than 40 years, because the corruption here in this country, like you can't pull it off. You can't like just like cancel it, because the 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 numbers they steal from people and from government and from this country, unbelievable. And all this money like transfer outside Lebanon to uh, like to accounts no one like can follow it.
Mhm.
And the problem is the same thieves still in the government and still like run the country. Same faces, same names. Maybe their kids, if they like get old or maybe died, their kids will continue the same message, stealing people and corruption.
Okay, so I won't ask you like, well, you couldn't even vote anyway. But 2018, this man Hariri becomes president, yeah, and brings in a bunch of his people,
Prime Minister.
prime minister, sorry. And it was a peaceful election. There wasn't any big riots afterwards. I didn't
Yeah.
notice anything that changed afterwards. Were things the
Yes.
same from what you experienced?
Yes.
Same thing.
Same. It's
He,
same
so he was
everything.
okay. So he was, 2018 was good. beginning of 2019, I would say was the same. Nothing really happened. October, I think, of 2019, he quits, right? He quits being the prime minister. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why did he quit? Why would you quit? Or
because people ask for this.
people wanted him to
People,
quit?
yeah, they want all the government to quit.
They wanted the entire government to step down.
Yeah,
Okay. And then I remember some of these news stories. They were looking for whatever they call a technocratic government, a bunch of like people with
yeah,
university degrees that weren't politicians to come in and start making
yeah,
decisions, right?
yes. But this has not happened, and until now, they choose a new government now, but they didn't get this target technocratic government.
Okay. So from when he stepped down as prime minister and left, then again, there was no government
Yes, until maybe 2 months ago, I think.
until 2 months ago. So that was
Or
the October of 2019 till say October of 2021. So 2 years, no government again.
yeah, they choose in what do you say, a government for a short time.
An interim government.
Yes, but it didn't do anything also.
So there was some empty seats. There was heads of ministries, Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Land, of shipping or exports, that no one was filling that job. Yes.
Yeah,
It was just kind of running somehow.
yeah,
Okay, let me ask you, because I've asked you a lot about the year by year. This is an important note, I think. At some point, definitely there was a cutoff where the Lebanese government told the UN that they were no longer going to be allowed to register Syrians living in Lebanon as
yeah,
official
yeah. They stopped.
refugees.
They stopped register refugees from 2015, I think, in July.
July 2015, they somehow put the pressure on the UN. They said you can't register any more people here as refugees.
Yes,
Now, the people that did get registered before that cutoff, I met them. They were still just kind of waiting on a phone call for 2-3 years.
yes.
Did
People when they register in UN, the main target for them, it's resettlement, traveling outside Lebanon to resettlement in any country, maybe USA, Canada, Australia,
Mhm.
Sweden,
So,
Germany, maybe.
so is that happening? Is
So
the UN resettling people who did get registered?
small amount of people.
Small amount. Yeah, not a lot.
Yes, because you have refugee all over the world. Yani, Turkey had maybe 2 or 3 million, Lebanon 2 million, Jordan, I don't know, 1.5 million. I don't think. Yani, so it's a big number.
How
How
many
how many
Syrians?
how
How many Syrians left Syria? You said something like 7 million right there. Two
no,
plus
I think more than that.
ten
Uh,
million.
people talk about 12 million like this number.
Okay. 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 I wanted to ask this question. I met this man who was, let's see what happened. His parents were Palestinian. He was born in a Palestinian camp inside Lebanon, and
Hmm.
he didn't have any nationality. He didn't
Yeah,
belong to any country. Lebanon wouldn't recognize him. Is this you're Syrian, your wife is Syrian. What about your kids?
Syrian.
They okay, so they're recognized, they have a passport, they could get a passport, something like that.
Yes, from the Syrian embassy in Lebanon. Or
I just have never met any people until I met this guy who didn't have a country. I just was like, wow. So you at least have a country. Um,
this, I don't think so. He can like that country. They registered him as a Lebanese Palestinian.
Lebanese Palestinian.
Yes, because I know a lot of people like him. I know someone, he's getting married a Syrian Palestinian, the girl, and he's Lebanese Palestinian,
Okay.
and he had maybe blue passport, I think, from the UN. That's
Okay.
it. Like,
So a
yeah,
good passport, one that maybe he could travel abroad with.
yeah, he can register. I don't know, maybe through UN, through I don't know, government here in Lebanon. They registered him as a Lebanese Palestinian.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. Was there ever a point in time during your 6 or 7 years in Lebanon where you thought, this is going to be my home? I'm going to live here. I'm going to die here. I'm going to raise my kids here. This is this place is getting better. Things are getting better. Did you ever think of
No,
that?
no,
You were always thinking, I need to leave this place.
yeah,
You were always hoping what, that things would improve in Syria and you could go home.
no,
You were always hoping for what, some way out.
yes, sure, because uh, you'll be like insane parent if you think you can like raise kids in this country, like Syria and Lebanon. I think this place is isn't. Uh, I think the best thing maybe you'll put or you can same it as Lunabin, Syria and Lebanon, because the people hate each other here. The Lebanese hate each other. I told you from maybe last month, I think they start like a small fight in area called Payuni. I don't know if you see this in news. Uh,
This is the, yeah, this is the bar district, right? The night clubs and everything.
yes, yes,
Yes,
I think it's nearby this. I think
close to this.
they start like small war like there. It it gives the people like goes in memory to the civil war in the 70s and 80s here. The same area for this war start there. It will be like war zone back then. So any time here you can like start a war in this country. This is so dangerous. People hate each other from this back in days. And the same problem was all people here. Like this is Sunni, this is Shi'i, this is Christian, this is I don't know Alawi, this is uh, Durzi, Shi'i. I don't know.
Everyone
So
has their
people,
groups.
yes, groups, religions. Uh,
Yep.
they maybe you get killed from because of your religion. You'll get killed for opinion, politics opinion, maybe I don't know, culture opinion or culture you like. Uh, you're like you're from like you from like maybe you get killed here in Lebanon because of your Syrian. Some
Yeah.
like angry people like you're Syrian. Maybe you get killed or you get serious injury. But people
This,
do kill because of their like Syrians.
so this was one of the really hard things for me to see. I eventually realized that it was everywhere and it was all the time, that people, they were always groups and they always were friends based on groups, and you could tell a little bit by their name. But it's even like that with the neighborhoods. All the people from this group live in this neighborhood and over there, and you would drive around, right? Oh, this is a Shia neighborhood, this is
Yeah,
a Christian neighborhood, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you a question about the inflation, because this is part that I don't remember. When I left, it was still pegged 1,500, so 1,500 lira to the dollar, and that was the street price. When was it that you remember that it went up?
The
Started
end.
going
No,
up?
no, no. In the end of 2019, in I think November or December 2019.
Okay, November, December. So the end of 2019, the inflation started.
Yeah.
It continued all
And
throughout the pandemic.
yeah, sure. And uh, big blast in Beirut, all everything collapsed that day. Economy, building, people, uh, everything, uh, businesses,
Yeah.
everything, man. Because even the US dollar, maybe the days next, it goes crazy. Maybe from it, it reached 17,000 maybe in this day, I think.
Okay. It went to
And
17,000 that day.
yeah, today three, it's 23,700.
Okay. I talked to someone last night, but they're living in Canada. They said it was around 25,000 lira to the dollar.
25, yes, it was. It was 25
It
from
was
2 days.
25,000.
Yeah.
Um, as far as COVID, I mean, there's a lot of controversy about, you know, who's lying to us about COVID and who's telling us the truth. I think there's a lot of different people
Yeah.
that are having that experience. It depends. Did you know people that were a lot of people that were going to the hospital, or I know there was a guy that worked in where we were, and he ran like a laundry business, and he said he showed me pictures of him being in the hospital for like over a month. He said he almost died. Did you know anybody like that?
I know someone goes to hospital, but not for like 1 month, for 14 days, and is good. She's good now.
She's good.
Mm.
Okay.
I didn't know anyone maybe died in COVID or anything here
Okay.
like this. I heard of people like this, but I didn't see or I didn't know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're still working in the restaurant business, and so you guys had some. It wasn't total. There were lockdowns where the business was closed all day long, right,
Yeah.
for a couple
Yes.
weeks, and then sometimes
Yes.
they
Sure.
did short
Not
hours.
for months as we closed.
You guys were completely closed for more than a month.
Yes. Sure.
I didn't know that. And is
Yes.
that
Sure.
still their approach? They're still doing masks and lockdowns and stuff.
Yes. Yes. They will start a lockdown maybe in in December 7th. I think.
Okay, so just in a few days, they're gonna. This is businesses close early.
They said maybe you can open till 7 p.m. for
Okay,
now.
stay open till 7 p.m.
Mm.
Now, isn't 7 p.m. usually when the electricity comes on, the city grid comes on for the businesses?
No, we didn't depend on the electricity from government
Okay, okay. I saw a YouTube story, but
because there is no electricity from government. 1 hour or 2 hours, 3 hours maximum in the day. So we run all the time or on generators.
I was asking somebody I knew. Actually, somebody's wife died of cancer while I was
So
yeah, one of the guys I was friends with when I was there. It seems like there's a large proportion of people getting cancer in Beirut. What do you think about this? This has maybe something to do with what do you
yes,
think?
maybe the most you city you see pollution on it.
One of the most
Uh,
polluted cities
yes, it's true.
because of
Uh,
why?
because of generators, because of the dump, dump, what do you call it? Dumpers.
So
Uh, the
okay.
place you throw the garbage in it, the big one.
So you think it has something to do with the garbage not being taken out?
Yes, yes, yes. They like even or burn it or like bury it under the ground. So this is awful. And sea so polluted with you know uh, bad under construction.
Okay, so let's move on. You told me recently that some some like women who have decided to actually return to Syria. And so if you're not a man who is forced to become a soldier, if you're a woman, say, is life in Syria now better than life in Lebanon?
No,
Okay. So they moved back for maybe personal reasons, family or something. But in general, it's
Mm,
not like a lot of people are moving back to
I
Syria.
think I think they everyone like goes back to Syria now. I think he like thinking about the next step he will do, not like to stay there. From the people I know, everyone goes back. He wants to travel maybe to Erbil or to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, I think Qatar now. So they planning for this, not to stay in Syria. Like not like you have to think logically. You can't live there. Syria, it's from now for specific type of people. You have to be uh, mafia maybe to live there.
You have to be in the mafia basically to have a decent life in
Sure,
Lebanon.
mafia, government mafia, uh, private mafia. I don't know anything,
Okay.
any type of mafia. You have to be in it to live there
Okay. I,
because the price is not crazy and unimaginable. You can't like imagine the prices there and the people. I don't know people how people live there. I don't know. I don't know people like how they keep this uh, or stay silent for this because I know from my sister and my brother-in-law, they if you like put their salaries together every month, they will equal maybe $40.
$40.
Yes,
Two people
and
working all month.
yes, and your expenses equal maybe 300 or 400, maybe $500. So I don't know people how people live there.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes, people. My brother-in-law, he said, you have to be a thief to live here. You need to work illegal things to live.
Sounds like
And
hell.
he said, uh, he said, the society here is corrupted in many ways because the people like now uh, goes to play uh, a legal game to get money, and girls, almost maybe majority of them, uh, like goes to prostitution to maybe uh, complete her study, maybe, or to treat someone sick at home, or to good, maybe some girls to have a good style of life. And guys, I don't know. As I said, if you want to live good, you have to be a mafia with any type of mafia. I don't know,
Let me ask one
market mafia.
question about that. Are there any, just in general, are there any nonprofit groups that are doing anything to help? Are they even allowed to come into Syria?
Yeah, there is in Syria non-profit
But
organizations.
still, 40, your
I
family's
think
making $40 a month. People are
I
prostitutes.
think no, they don't like work.
It's not enough.
Not enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Or they stealing, because it's the same in Lebanon. In Lebanon, they give you a card. You can buy some goods or products from the co-op or some places corporate with the UN.
Mm-hmm.
This card every month you have 800,000 in it.
Okay.
This equal I think now in dollars.
This is $3.
Um,
$3.
Not $3. No, 800,000.
Oh, okay. $30.
You like this?
Hmm.
If you calculate this before the crisis, it will be $500.
On the card?
Yes, but I think the Lebanese government steal it or calculated at the official rate.
Right.
It's 1,500. Okay, and they steal the rest of it. So, do you imagine the corruption here?
All right. So this is gonna lead me into one of my last questions.
But I have to ask you about this.
Tell me.
I sent an email to the UN.
Okay.
I said this situation. I explained this. No one answered.
Okay.
Okay. So can you talk to someone? I don't know, UN or anyone can give us a answer for this, because I don't think UN give $30 to anyone around the world. So I think and I believe they are stealing. And everyone knows $4 billion here in Lebanon from the UN gone, and no one knows where is it.
$4 billion.
Yes,
Ooh.
maybe more than this, I think. But this amount of money, a lot. I saw in news or in the newspapers. I read about this. A lot of money from the UN to the Lebanese government to support Syrians. This money is gone.
All right, I'm going to ask you a serious question. I asked the same question to a guy. He was studying MBA at the university. So he's a smart guy. He's an engineer. He has, he's privileged, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm also in the same situation where I have a lot of education. And I was saying basically this to him. I was saying, listen, because he's still living in Lebanon. I said, listen, you guys have a big problem. I said, let's talk about the different options. I said, one, you guys have all these different groups. If everybody fights, everybody has arms and guns. If there's fighting, everything is worse. So this is a situation where it gets worse. And I'm trying to ask him, what's the situation where things get better? And it seems like the government is not going to be able to fix Lebanon. And I said that almost all the people that I studied with are trying to go out, right? And then also, so are all the poor people. And I said, man, the only ones that are going to save Lebanon, I mean, I don't know who's going to save Lebanon, but if anybody is going to be able to save it, it's going to be the business people that have the education and the access to the money that you would need to start doing small businesses, something online businesses, some kind of small, simple manufacturing, soap, paper, glass, envelopes, little cards, greeting cards, maybe little jewelries, things like this, something that you guys are going to be able to export. And I said, I don't know what countries you guys can export to, but I said, the poorer people that are working 16 hours a day or 12 hours a day, like you were telling me, are not going to have time to figure that problem out and fix that. It's got to be the business people, whoever hasn't left.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And if you
I agree
disagree,
with you. I agree with you, and at the same time, I can tell you, and there is a problem in this country that if you want to open a business, you have to belong to some kind of economy mafia, I think.
you have to belong to
Because
some
if you,
mafia group.
yes, because if you open like a business on your own and succeeded, they will fight you until you close.
They'll destroy you.
Yes, there is a mafia here in Lebanon and Syria for everything. Factories, maybe trafficking people, uh, trafficking prostitution,
They control the
uh,
ports. They control what goes out.
everything.
Mm, but
Yes,
okay.
they control everything, bro.
So then what?
So everything in their hand.
Well,
God knows who can like save these people here in Lebanon. No one knows. I think.
look, if they destroy all the businesses, well, okay, that's not what you said. What you're saying, if there's a jewelry business that's exporting out of Lebanon, this business is belonging to one of these mafias.
Yeah, sure,
And so they're making money and they keep the money and they destroy all the other jewelry people.
for sure,
And these are all like family associations.
sure. Everything here in Lebanon had like someone control it, like clothing, clothes. You know,
Yeah.
someone here in Lebanon.
Yeah.
He like control every what do you call it? When companies, big companies make big sales and someone like bought it and bring it to Lebanon from maybe, I don't know,
Yep.
London, USA, anyone.
Yeah.
This guy in Lebanon, he controlled this, and this is exclusive for him. No one like can do this.
I told my professor, I said, you guys taught us a lot of things about business, product, manufacturing, people, all the ways to evaluate it, pricing, management. I said, you guys did not teach us about this. How do you manage this bribery type of thing or this corruption within the system? Because our textbooks do not talk about this. He said, I know. He sent me some articles. I didn't read the articles, but
Mm-hmm.
so what's going to happen is the mafia groups are going to get all of the successful businesses. These guys will get this one. These guys will get these businesses. These guys will get these businesses. These guys will get these businesses. Everyone else will have to join them or leave, right?
Work for them. Yeah.
Or work for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it already is right now. That's life in Lebanon
Yes. And Syria. Same.
and Syria. This is my last question. I would love it if you would tell me if you have any ideas of how to beat this system.
You
Honestly.
you have to pull it off from its root.
You have to say it again.
You have like when you pull a tree with with the roots. When you pull a tree from the ground
Yes.
with with the roots, maybe you're gonna succeed it. You have to pull it off these guys with their roots in this country.
I mean, they definitely didn't tell us about that in school, man. What are you,
Sure.
you're waiting for like an act of God, or like you're waiting for what, the Saudis to come and take over the country, some outside
I think
new
Saudi will
master?
not do
Sorry?
it. Saudi will not do it.
But I mean, something like this, you need somebody who has all, like, one
The
group
force to do
in
it.
control.
I don't know, maybe USA, maybe the what do you call what was the name? The NATO force.
Oh, NATO.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've been alive for so long. I mean, America went into Iraq and tried to set up a new Western government. I don't think it worked. The same thing in Afghanistan. I don't think it worked. So
It's not.
I don't think
I think
America's.
I think I think that the only choice is, as you said, act of God, and I don't know how much you're gonna like wait for something like this to happen. So for now, we say the good choice for us, like me, maybe to find the country, I find peace on it in it, and live and raise my kids in this country.
Yeah.
This is what I need because life is short, and I think I don't have a lot of time to see my kids grown up in a good country, give them freedom uh, and free of choice. And
This is my last question. It doesn't have much to do with events and history. I think my last question, unless you want to add something else, is going to be this. How are you looking at life? I mean, what I wrote was like, I mean, after all this stuff that you've been through, what is your view about people, and what is your view about God with all of these troubles that you guys are facing? I mean, so much suffering, so much hardship. I mean, I think that as a husband and as a father, you want to say, "Oh, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm strong." But like on the inside,
sure, I
maybe
have I have this moment. Uh, I feel like weakness. I feel like hopeless, and maybe sometimes useless. And uh, the only thing maybe give me this this push to keep going, to keep walking, to keep working, to sometimes maybe smiling. Uh, this is the idea of uh, God and uh, maybe my kid and my wife. I think keep see them smiling. Uh, for sure, every time, maybe every day, I think about this. But this is give me the strength to keep going. God and my family. Of course, I got their exist, and He sent me a lot of people, or God people, to help me keep going, like you and Lion and Tom and Porter. Every one of you guys helped me a lot in this journey until now. Thank you a lot. I will never forget this. And I hope someday I can help someone like you to help me when I need help. So for sure, God is angel. I think angels, people we know them in our life. It's not like wings and everything. I think God had a plan for everyone, and He will like help us to reach our goal. So thank God, thank you. Uh, like a lot of memories today.
I hope you guys make it out, you know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you will. I mean, definitely not everyone is going to leave Lebanon. And but for families like you guys with kids, I mean, I understand, you know. Um yeah, you speak like a father, you are a father. You talk about your kids first and thinking about them. It's the right thing to do. So I hope you guys get that visa for sure, or figure something else out, you know. I um I appreciate you telling your story.
Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me do this.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
It's like 10 years of your life.
yes.
And now there's two young kids involved, and your wife. And I just hope you guys keep fighting. I know you will. I'm going to keep praying because I don't know. I don't want people to forget about you guys, you know? And so that's why I think it's so important for people to tell their story. And it's not over. And you guys still have a lot of hardships as a country ahead of you. So I guess I'll just say thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. Thank you
And,
so much.
and then, of course, I'll be talking to you off this call as we usually talk. So, okay, everyone. Well, we hope you learned something, got some insights to life in Syria and Lebanon through one family's story. And Mohammed, man, we love you, man. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Love you too. Bye, man.
All right, man. Stay on the call.